So in this video we're going to take a look at conditional statements. What you'll notice is, again, same thing, pause the video, type the code out. What you'll notice here is we're looking at a new type of variable that we haven't covered before called a Boolean. Now Booleans can only be true or false. Now we talked briefly about if statements in a previous video. And if statements test whether or not the condition within the parameters is true. So here we have the bear ate breakfast equals true. So if this condition is true, we're going to print debug.log he is full. Remember what we said in the very first video. Variables are two things. They're temporary storage places and they're references to objects and numbers. So right now, because it is a temporary storage place, you'll notice the bear ate breakfast, and we're actually changing the value from 1 or true to false or 0. So if you see here, inside this statement we have if exclamation point the bear ate breakfast. Notice what happens when we run this. You notice we get he is full twice. Didn't we change it to false here? Well, what happened is this little exclamation point negates the bear ate breakfast. So it's actually changing false back to true. So let's go ahead and take that out. And let's hit Control S to save that. Let's jump back into Unity, and I'm going to clear this. And I'm going to press play. Notice it only ran once. The reason is this statement only runs if it's true. And so it's true up here, but it's false down here. We changed the value. So this is another way of negating what's inside of an if statement, is by putting an exclamation point there. So let's take a look at our example and add a couple more conditions. So you'll notice here that we added a new variable called temperature, and it's equal to 40. And so what we're going to check here is if the temperature is greater than or equal to 35. So currently it's set to 40, so this part of the condition is true. And by writing two and symbols, we're saying and the bear ate breakfast. Now remember, we want the bear ate breakfast to be true. So by writing and here, both of these conditions have to be true in order for it to run the code inside of the curly braces, which says both conditions are true. Now let's look at our second if statement. If temperature is greater than or equal to 35, or the bear ate breakfast. So with an or statement, either one of these, just like common language, if you were giving to somebody an option, you can either have this or this. You're giving them both. With this, you're saying you either have this, you can either this has to be true or this has to be true. So either one of these has to be true. So these are sort of, again, so this is, you're looking at an or statement, and both sides have to be true. So let's go ahead and hit Control S to save this. Go ahead and pause it and type this out. I'm going to jump back into Unity and I'm going to press play. Notice how both statements run. We have both conditions are true, and it only takes one of these conditions to be true. Okay, so let's take a look at if-else statements. Before we looked at if and then compound if statements, where we put the exclamation point in to negate whatever was true. What we're going to take a look at is if-else statements. And what's nice about this is if this first condition is found to be false, or the value within this condition is not true, it'll run our else statement. So if you look at our variable here, Boolean, the bear ate breakfast, it's equal to false. If we look at if the bear ate breakfast here, we're checking to see if it's true. And up here, the bear did not eat breakfast. You can see it's equated to false. So we do debug.log, both conditions are true. We want to go ahead and change that to this condition is true, just so we can see if this works. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and save this and see if it runs the else statement, which only runs if the top one is true. Let's go ahead and clear this out, press play. You can see here, this is executed because the condition is false.